right? You think about family and what it means to be a family. You're unselfish with your things. You know the idea, like what's mine is yours. We share what we have. Kids, if you live at home, right? Like most of you live at home, I assume. But you think about being at home, and do you ever feel weird going to the refrigerator and opening the refrigerator to get some food, right? Like typically, no. Although Maddie, it looked like you just said yes, so I might have to talk about that. But like typically, right? Like or if you go to your parents' house, if your parents are still alive, and you go to the kitchen, right? You don't feel weird like going into the kitchen and opening up the door and getting some food. At least I don't feel weird. Like that's one of the first places I go when I go to my mom's house. You go to the fridge and you check it out, and that's normal because you are family. We're family, right? It's like that's not a big deal. Now, if you went to somebody else's house and you weren't family and you didn't really know each other and you just sort of walked in, you went to the fridge and started snooping around, or you sat on the couch and kicked your feet up, right? That would either mean you were rude, or like if it's not your physical blood family, it would mean that you were really, really close, right? Like you were basically like family. Family members share what they have with each other. It's pretty simple. This is one of the things that was so characteristic of the early Christians, and I think one of the things that we're called to here in this text when the author says, let brotherly love, Philadelphia, continue. There was a 2nd century satirist named Lucian of Samosata. He explained when he was corresponding with one of his friends, he wasn't a believer, but he was talking about the Christian church, and he explained that what was so weird about them was that they called each other brothers, and they shared everything that they had. It says their original lawgiver persuaded them that they should be like brothers to one another. Therefore, they despise all things equally and view them as common property. Now, this is what the author to the Hebrews is getting at, not like just viewing everything as common property in the sense that maybe some of you are thinking, but being willing to share, being willing to say, hey, we're going to take care of each other. I think that's what he's getting at is made really clear. If you look down just to verse 16, right? This is on his mind in chapter 13. He says, do not neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God. I mean, think about that. When we as the family of God share with each other, when we take care of each other, it's like that's like an aroma to God. A sacrifice that's pleasing to the Lord. It's beautiful.